In this episode, we head to far western China to explore an ancient city on the Silk Road. Sitting between the wild desert and snow-capped mountains, this ancient site used to be a long-forgotten place, now just some buried history. Because for a long time, locals only call this the Broken City. I set out to search for the stories behind these ruins, and I want to see those treasures that have been left there over 1,000 years. Hey guys, welcome back. This is our first trip in 2025. Today we're in Jimusar. It's a city from far west of China. What I'm on right now is called Beiting Fu. About 1,000 years ago, this place was the largest city around the whole north and west of Cen Shen mountains. Now the new city, the modern city of Jimusar, has moved about 10 kilometers south of this place. As a crucial stop along the northern route of the Silk Road, Beiting was once a military and administrative center, stretching from Suiyecheng in Kyrgyzstan all the way to northeastern edge of the Tian Shan Mountains. Starting from Han Dynasty, this area had been a key battleground between the Central Plains and nomadic tribes. By 702, Tang Dynasty set up the Beiting Fu as the ruins that we see here today. From the south gate to the east gate here, which took us about 30 minutes. And as you can see, the east gate only remains a rammed earth mound behind me. And there would have been some wooden structures on top, serving as a watchtower before. Right below the watchtower was the barracks. Deeper inside lay the inner part of the Beiting city. It was the office and living quarters of the generals. Well, I thought I saw the hole on one side of the mount. The tour guide just mentioned to us the local farmers here, they dug it to store their supplies or their livestock in it because the rammed earth wall was pretty thick and sturdy, and no one really knows what this mound was originally used for. For thousands of years, Beiting was always the first and most crucial outpost to get to the rich oasis cities from the north. That's also the most reasonable explanation why they hold this spot, set up troops here, and started farming to support life and production in this area. The city they built thrived for nearly a century, but it faded with the decline of the Tang Dynasty. Over time, it changed hands, got new names, and eventually turns out to be this broken city. For decades, archaeologists have been uncovering its past. In 2016, some coins and patterned floor tiles were found out among the ruins. The story about Beiting slowly back to light. The heart of Beiting city spans 1.5 square kilometers. The outer city stretches 1.5 kilometers north to south and 1 kilometer east to west. It's divided into inner and outer sections. They are both equipped with moats and defensive towers. There is a map of this city, and we just came from the south gate of this city and all the way to the east watchtower, east gate. Now we're heading to the north gate of the inner city. Beiting city wasn't built all at once. It expanded outward over time. The inner city housed the government offices, while the outer city had residential and commercial areas, followed by the layout of Chang'an. Same goes for the city gate. I'm standing between those two mounds, and this is the area for the gate. And we can get pretty close to the wall. Look at the texture. It was built layer by layer, like stack one above one by using those rammed earth. And on that wall, there is a row of this kind of vertical grooves. They are used to place the wooden pillars to support the whole wooden structure of this gate. There are a row of grooves for 7 large pillars on the north gate, much like the Danfeng Gate in the Tang capital. The more pillars, the grander and more prestigious the gate. Since one side is sheltered from the wind, the grooves remain visible. Archaeologists have also found some Tang Dynasty lotus pattern tiles here, which were commonly used by the royal family and high-ranking officials as symbols of status. For 100 years, soldiers were rotated every 4 years from across the empire, then recruited locally to guard this remote western frontier, only for it to end as a lost city. After the fall of Beiting, the Huihu tribes established their capital in Gaochang, an ancient area in today's Turpan, making Beiting their alternate capital. At that time, they practiced Buddhism and built many temples. This is what remains of a Huihu Buddhist temple built by Gaochang royalty. By the 14th century, religious conflicts brought the destruction of those statues. After that, it had been buried in sand for hundreds of years. And this is not the end of the story. There is saying that a pathway hidden in the mountain was once filled with gold. I need to know how to get there and whether it could be the reason why these ancient cities were spotted here. So we're looking for something older to be closer to the answer. Okay, we just drove up to here. It's like a kind of a hill, a relatively higher spot. Look at this view. On this side, there is a river valley down below. The water is going to flow down from the Cen Shen mountains just right in front of us. So based on these, the ruins that we're looking for, should be really close ahead of us. In the Tang Dynasty, the area where Beiting city located was called Jingman County. But over 600 years earlier, in the Han Dynasty, a military garrison was already stationed here, known as Jingpu, which was recorded as Jingman due to pronunciation changes by the Tang era, meaning the city of gold. Both cities were built along the same river, and I think climate changes over 2 millennia, like shifting water levels, made people move and settle in different locations. I just arrived at the south part of the ruins. With the ground covered in snow, there wasn't too much to see on the surface. But some bricks and pottery shards from Han Dynasty have been unearthed here. So we just drove around to another side of this ruin, and feels like if without those kind of monuments marking the location here, or this wire fence surrounding it, I just wouldn't be able to tell it right away, because all you can see here is farmland and covered by snow. And actually there's some pretty interesting research on where the city name, the current city name Jimusar comes from. Long story short, it was likely inspired by this ruin, which was once called Jingpu City over 2,000 years ago. If we say Jingman quickly, it sounds like Jimu, Sar stand for a city. And over the centuries, as pronunciation changes and different ethnic groups mixed here, the name eventually became Jimusar. So just now, I turned off onto a dirt track. It led us down to be in this river valley. There's no water now, but as it gets warmer, the snow will melt and flow down in this way. And if we keep going upstream, we'll get into the entrance of the Tian Shan mountain. Over that mountain, there is another famous city, Turpan. And you will probably have no snow on that side. But it's a super hot city in summer. It can reach up to 50 degrees Celsius in summer. From north to south along the river valley, there is Beiting city from the Tang Dynasty, Jinman city from the Han Dynasty, and nomadic tribes in the mountains, all the way through the ancient Cen Shen path to Turpan. They were all centers of power. The snow mountains' meltwater made life possible here, but setting up cities also meant controlling a key route and the gold hidden in the mountains.
哎，你好，大姐，那个汽车是古道的入口，就是从这儿进去吗？
啊，你要骑车进去吗？
现在能骑得进去吗？
这2天才滑完雪，滑得很，能行吗？
您知道从这儿到那边要多久吗？穿过去，就从这儿到吐鲁番去。
2天半走路，骑上摩托车或骑马1天，早上走。
哦哟，
早上走可以。
听说里面有黄金，您知道吗？
3道桥。
在3道桥。
在那个我们那个野狼谷那个地方有一个，你进来坐一会儿。
好冷啊！
干嘛去了？
我就是骑车来玩儿。
你
就是这个装备，
我知道。
它摔了在那边。
我就看你的身上。
哦，好暖和。
那你骑车摔了没事吧？
还好，这就保护的。
那你穿太少了。
有一点儿，没想到这么冷。
这个明信片5块钱。
The owner invited me inside and offered me some hot water. She told me her family has been rescuing wolves for over 20 years, starting with her parents. Today, more than 200 wolves live in this valley. This ancient trail through the Tian Shan Mountains has now become a popular trekking route. On horseback, it takes just 1 day to reach Turpan. Along the way, there are ancient rock carvings, old relay station ruins, and places where travelers, like traders, herders, and messengers, once stopped to rest and eat. They also found stone tools here, probably used to crush gold ore. After separating in nearby streams, the gold was sent north and stored in the Jinman city.